Hey guys, today video about Diablo 4. Few days before the release. Release is in most countries is not true. Is on Thursday or Friday, depending on which time zone you are living. If you have the versions that you need for getting early access. If you don't have the early access, then it's the 5th or 6th of June, which is I think Monday or Tuesday. Then the week after. Today I want to talk about tier list for Diablo 4 for the different classes, and we talk about early game progression and then also the end game. I played a lot on the beta, everything. I consumed a lot of other content that is about Diablo 4, so I definitely think that I have a little bit of knowledge what's going on and here and there, but for sure things can change, especially when then I don't know millions of players playing the game. Then things can be figured out different, and maybe we never know. Blizzard thinks or is bringing new nerfs and buffs to the classes. So you never know at the end what is really happening. First, let us talk about the early game, the progression into the game. I would say at least good is Barbarian. First of all, it's pretty easy to explain. Is a pure melee class. A pure melee class always is a little bit, yeah, what should I say? Harder to play, especially for the most amount of player. I also don't like it that much in ARPGs, I have to be honest, but yeah, it has a good scaling, so yeah, that is definitely getting better over the time that you're playing, but definitely you will not have the best and most easy start. Then we come to the druid, kind of the same like the barbarian, but with the help of your pets or summons. You definitely have here a little bit of a better, or companions, I think it's called in druid. You definitely have here a little bit of a better time early on than the barbarian. Then we come to two classes, sorcerer and necromancer. Sorcerer, definitely all around very nice class, a lot of different builds possible, a more melee play style, a more range play style, so everything is possible. And kind of the same you could say about necromancer. The necromancer, you know, the skeletons and the summons that you have are definitely helping you, especially very much early on in the game. Later on they fall a little bit off, but necromancer and sorcerer will definitely help you having a very good start. And that brings us to rogue. I think if I would have to put a class into S tier, and I want to put a class into S tier, then it's definitely rogue. Why? Because a lot of mobility, different builds, a good amount of damage. Defense is not that important in the early game progression, so which rogue is a little bit lacking. But yeah, definitely apart from this, he's doing very, very well. Um, what else? Yeah, mobility, great damage. I already said it. Range play style, melee play style, so also something for everybody included, I would say. So overall, the best leveling class at the moment. But I also want to make clear that the difference here from A to S tier is very, very less. As also the difference from C to B tier is very, very less. So if you would be make it super easy and you just would have like to have two tiers, you could also put it like this. That would also make sense, but I like to give a little bit more variety, and that leads me to this at the end. So this is my leveling progression. What does it mean? That means also maybe that people who likes to speed run directly, they will maybe not choose a barbarian. But again, we talk in a second about the end game, and definitely things are changing here. So overall, game is seems good balanced right now, and this is what it is for early leveling progression. I put everything back on D tier. Now we talk about the end game. The end game is definitely different in Diablo 4. We also don't know exactly how this will develop in the following seasons. Now we talk about the release of the game, so things will change. I also will make more and more tier lists in the future for Diablo and all these things that we need here. Um, Endgame. Here is something I put them more together. We will not have a D tier and we will not have a C tier. I will put Necromancer into the B tier. Why? Because it has a lot of variety to play it, but definitely your summons, they fall a little bit off into the end game. So, and that you sacrifice them is not giving you that much benefits that is really feeling it's worth it. So Necromancer at the moment the least good class in the end game of Diablo. Then we have three classes into the A tier. We have, and I think you could maybe put them on the same place. I will start just with Rogue. Yeah, Rogue is a little bit squishy but has high damage, so it has a big skill ceiling for everybody to play. I still think that people will figure out and it will do very well in the end game. But if you are directly thinking about, hey, I want to rush as fast as possible into the end game and then be super strong, then I think Rogue is maybe not the best choice. And again, super squishy. You have like barely defense at that moment at the builds that I'm knowing. So yeah, Rogue. Again, we're talking about A tier. It's already very, very good, but there are something better. Sorcerer, I think I would say the same about Sorcerer that I say about Rogue. Could be ending very, very squishy, or if you go full defense, you have maybe not enough damage to do the things in a certain time. But overall, good class. Again, range made more easy for many people, and yeah, so Sorcerer and Rogue kind of the same level. Maybe Druid is a little bit ahead of those two. Has a very nice scaling Druid. Is very tanky, has nice legendary combos. So Druid overall seems very strong. I could even argue if you put it high A tier, or let me say best A tier spec, or S tier after Barbarian, and you could also argue putting like this, that would also work out. But I think B tier Rogue and Sorcerer sounds already a little bit too negative for what they are doing, so I prefer to put it like this. And yeah, best class at the moment endgame is Barbarian. Lots of raw stats, legendary is awesome. Yeah, it's tanky, a lot of damage. So overall, pretty sure right now the best class in the end game of Diablo. Things can change, sure, but you have a tough time leveling. So if you see maybe this list now, then you can see that the list is a little bit turned around, not completely, because it's not like Rogue is the last good, and but Barbarian was the last good, least good in leveling. Progression now is the best. Kind of same if the Druid was second worst. Now it's the second best. So yeah, the list is a little bit turnaround, but not completely, because Necromancer is here now, the last one, and it was not the best in leveling. But this is how it is. Again, is my opinion. Is not with thousands of played hours. Is not with every build perfectly shaped and everything, but it is what I saw so far in this 100 or whatever hours that I played the game. So long story short, play whatever class you want. Every one of them is doing fine. Necromancer a little bit lacking late game at the moment. Barbarian and Druid a little bit hard to get the first, I don't know, 30 levels or whatever done. You will have a tough time. You will have friends that playing maybe sorcerer and they're just crushing through the game without any concentration, and you will die over and over, maybe on a boss fight that is a little bit harder for a melee because you don't have the right weapon or whatever. Because also you should know you will not get the same amount of awesome strong items like in the beta. That's already was lower down in the server slam, and it's even, I think, more lower down into the real release of the game. That's it for today, guys. Stay tuned if you want to yeah, get to know more Diablo content. I think I will start to play Rogue. Is my favorite class usually in all the games at the moment. So that I play. So I will play Rogue first, maybe Sorcerer second, but we will see how it will figure out. And that's it for today, guys. See you. Bye bye.